Physics is like math. It is always being used everywhere, whether we are conscious of it or not. With the use and knowledge of physics, one can take into account that knowledge to help them perform a deed more successfully and efficient. The laws of physics govern the universe, the sun, the earth, and even our own lives. In today's rapidly developing society, we are becoming increasingly dependent on high technology. Computers, transport, and communication are just some of the key areas that are the result of discoveries by scientists working in physics. Physics takes place in every aspect of our lives, from the time we get out of bed until the time we get back into it. Physics is everywhere you look, and there is no way of getting away from it. The average person may think that he does not use physics in everything he does, because most people would say they do not think about how physics influences their daily lives. However, physics is not something that only scientists think about because physics coincides with our daily lives.
The principle of angular momentum using a spinning chair.
You should notice that as soon as you pull your arms close to your body, you start to spin faster. And if you put them back out, you slow down again. This is because when you rotate, you have something called momentum. Momentum is always conserved. Consequently, during a motion, when one quantity changes, the other must also change to make up for the difference.
Pascal's principle experiment using Heineken bottle.
Here's one particularly useless but nonetheless amazing party trick that you can do, which involves the application of Pascal's principle. All you need is an empty bottle and fill it with water until it is halfway up its neck. What you're gonna do next is to wrap your hand around the neck of the bottle as much as it won't slip when you smack the top of it with your other hand. And you don't want to smack your hand right straight on the bottle too. It doesn't also have to be so hard as long as you are hitting it properly. You may not also get it at the first time, and in my case it took me 5 hits before popping out its bottom. You may also hear a distinguishable sound as you hit its opening. Now, the principle behind this trick is that the pressure exerted on the top of the bottle is transmitted undiminished to its bottom, which has a larger area. The force then becomes amplified and strong enough to pop its bottom out. As you do this trick, remember to keep everyone safe as you might cut yourself or other people near you.
Principle of angular momentum using a bicycle wheel gyroscope. This is the bicycle wheel gyroscope. This illustrates an important conservation law of physics, the conservation of angular momentum or turning motion. Anything that is turning has angular momentum. This is similar to inertia, only in rotational motion. If a wheel is spinning in one direction, it wants to keep turning in that same direction. If it is not turning, it tries to stay still. A rotating bicycle wheel has angular momentum, which is a property involving the speed of rotation, the mass of the wheel, and how the mass is distributed. For example, most of a bicycle wheel's mass is concentrated along the wheel's rim, rather than at the center, and this causes a larger angular momentum at a given speed. Angular momentum is characterized by both size and direction. Any change in angular momentum within the system must be accompanied by an equal and opposite change, so the net effect is zero. Now that explains the angular momentum in games. Match and water in a glass drink involving pressure. shallow container, water, cottons, alcohol, lighter, and a tall glass. First, put the water on the shallow container. Then, take some cottons and soak it with alcohol. After soaking it with alcohol, place the cotton on the water and light it. While it's burning, put the tall glass on the top of the alcohol. Then, as burnt cotton consumes the oxygen present inside the glass, it results in the creation of little amount of water and carbon dioxide. At the same time, the pressure inside of the glass reduces, so it sucks the water.